Oh, hi everyone, Ben here and welcome back to Feed the Beast Monster. You join me in a pond full of algae. Why am I in a pond full of algae? Well, after much searching, it seems to be the only place where I can find this. Cobblestone, clay even. Which I need quite a bit of in order to make furnaces and stuff. So, ouch, how much do I have? 28 pieces. That will last me a little while. And I think there's some more there. And this is on the river just up the coast between my castle and the dye forest. So what have I been up to? Well, I've been letting Terence do his job. He's been very slowly bringing me things up. Lots of nice ores, but sadly no more diamonds yet. So I'm going to have to wait quite some time, I think, before I can manage to get a quarry in this version. I'm not even getting enough mimikite to do anything with. But I have got a bit of copper, so we can start to build something. Now, one thing that I am getting a lot of is a lot of junk along with everything else. I'm getting lots of cobblestone and dirt, so we're going to have to sort that out. I've completely missed my base. I'm going to have to sort that out today, and I'd really quite like to get started with a bit more of the thermal expansion stuff. So get some of those leadstone energy cells. Welcome back. Oh, you are finding lots of fluorite. Oh, a bit more copper. We are very short on copper, and in fact, I am out of inventory space. Well, to be honest, I'll need this stuff eventually, but not just at the minute. So, let's give you a bit more coal because I don't know how much you've got. That's fine. And off you go again. So yes, thermal expansion stuff. Get those leadstone pipes and energy cells on the way. What's been going on up here? Well, apart from me falling off things, not a lot. Everything's growing along pretty much as normal. So you can see that I have put the rest of the floor in so I don't have to jump everywhere. And I've started to build up another little layer. I'm just plotting generally out where I want things to go. But not really a lot. The pulverizer has been working really well. Pulverized gold, you can see, has come through as an extra with a load of pulverized copper. We've got a load of pulverized things here. But you can see, generally, I'm starting to overflow with stuff. And I really don't have anything even approaching a sorting system. Now, one problem is I'm getting a lot of the same stuff. I'm getting lots and lots of a few things, like, say, dirt and cobblestone, and that really needs to be controlled. Now, there is one extremely good block called the barrel. The barrel is a special block added by factorization. It works a bit like a chest, but it's a chest which can only store one type of item, so it can only store cobblestone, say, or only dirt, but it can store an entire stack. So we're going to make some of these. Now the first thing you need to make these are wooden slabs. So get 6 wooden slabs and surround these. Shall we make a full 6? Let's make a full 6. I don't particularly need lots of slabs. And I have plenty of jungle wood. And you get these jungle wood barrels. Now, where shall we put these? I'm thinking, and by the way, you can see I have finally got around to making a bed, and I have slept through a night at long last. So I have finally reset my spawn point. So take the barrels, which are here, and let's just put a few over here in the corner. 2 there, and 2 there will do just for now. So I have lots and lots of, for example, cobblestone. So if I take cobblestone, right click into it, and there's my cobblestone. It is displaying upside down and I don't have a clue why, but I can just put all of my cobblestone in there. All that it really does is save me a little bit of inventory space, so I don't have to mess around with chests absolutely full of junk when it's all the same type of junk basically. And if anybody knows why Sphax does that, please let me know so that I can correct it. So we'll just dump all of this in here. Sooner or later I'm going to get a proper sorting system with proper diamond pipes to actually automatically put things in places, but that's a bit of a way off yet. So a bit more copper might as well go through the old pulverizer. And let's look to cooking some of this stuff up. So our next job is to think about the Redstone Furnace. For which we might as well, I've let that recipe go through, create another normal furnace to get things cooking up. Because you can't have too many furnaces. I do, oops, like the view out of this window of the sun setting. I'm really going to have to make that a feature with a big window here at some point when I've got rid of all these furnaces. So let's get a bit of clay on the go as well. Now, one thing that this does need, which I don't actually have yet. So let me get cooking up a few more of these iron ingots and I shall see you in a few. Okay, welcome back to where I have been cooking up for a few minutes. So we're ready to go with the Redstone Furnace. But in a second I'm going to need some glass. For glass you need to cook up sand. But there is an easier way thanks to this. What this very handy little machine can do, and let's just take half a stack. Oh. I have lots of stone for some reason. Let's just take half a stack of the cobble and let's put the stone in here. Am I just being really glitchy? What the pulverizer can do is pulverize cobblestone. And what comes out when you pulverize cobblestone? Well, sand, with a chance of some gravel popping out as well. So that's a really, really easy way to make a lot of glass, because, let's face it, you are never ever short of cobblestone, are you? So, back in to this, and I do want a bit of the old gold. So let's get that cooking up as well. Right, we want to make the Redstone Furnace. For that, we need bricks, another machine frame, some more of those copper gears, another reception coil. That's how you can basically tell that any machine is accepting this RF energy, and a bit of redstone. Nice and easy. Let's clear off this overlay, which has been bugging me all day. And clear this. So bricks, they are nice and easy. 2 bricks. We need some of this glass actually already. So let's get this cooking through. And we only need a couple of pieces of this gold. So gold to make the reception coil. We also need some copper gears, which was copper around a piece of iron, makes the 2 copper gears. And if the glass has cooked up enough, we've got enough to make a machine frame, which is one of those recipes which I saved over here, which makes it really, really easy to make. So a machine frame in the middle, copper gears at the bottom. The reception coil usually goes bottom middle. Bricks, and finally redstone. Gets us the Redstone Furnace. So what can we do with a Redstone Furnace? We're going to pop it down next to the pulverizer, and remember how I set the pulverizer to output on its right hand side. If I click this down, you can see it works pretty similarly. A bit of sand has gone in automatically because there was sand in here. It accepts input on its left and outputs to its right as well. So if we were to stick a chest here or a Buildcraft pipe, this would come shooting out the right hand side. But there's a problem. This is not connected to that, and it won't transmit through this middle one in any way. So what we need are some sort of pipes. And the pipes that we're going to use to start with are the Leadstone energy pipes. Here it is. It's redstone, 2 pieces of lead, and a piece of glass. So let us make some of that. Here's some lead I have cooked up. Some redstone around the edges, and we should have plenty of glass. One of these makes 6 pieces of the conduit, which is more than enough to connect these two. And I'm just going to dig up my beautiful junglewood flooring, because I'm going to run this underneath them. They just have to be connected. You can see that they've connected because there's that little thing above them. And with this, I think that I shall put this up at the top. Shall I, or shall I actually inset it into the ground? I think I might inset this into the ground, and you shall see why in a bit. These things are quite hard to actually get out with a pick, but they do come. And there you go, that's connected to that. And I'll put the flooring in back over here, but not down there just yet. Now everything inside it is gone, all the water, so I shall quickly refill it. There we go. And if I put in a bit of coal, you can see that power's now going through the conduit. This one's filling up, and this one's filling up. And it's now automatically cooking that glass through into that sand through into glass. So I don't actually have to do anything anymore. I can set this all up to work automatically, and if I quickly create another chest, it should, I believe, automatically output the glass straight into the chest, so it can take stuff through. And you can see that the big benefit of this is that it is really efficient on the coal. So that's why we want to do it. So that chest over there will, I think, become our new ingot chest for the time being. So, what do we need to do next? Well, you've probably noticed that if I put a lot of stuff in here, it will build up. It has an internal energy buffer of 40,000. These have an internal energy buffer of about 24,000. So it would be really nice if we could find a way to create an internal energy buffer. And I've showed you this before. The way to do that is with the Leadstone energy cell. This is yet more copper, another conductance coil, which needs Electrum, and it needs a Leadstone energy frame, which is more lead, and a piece of redstone block. So I think we do have 3 more pieces of copper. Yes, we've got loads of copper. So let's go on and construct one of these. Right, clear this out. So the first thing we need before we actually make that is a block of redstone, which is pure redstone. We match that up with glass and lead, because it is a leadstone one, and you get the leadstone frame. Now we needed to put this together with a Electrum ingot, and I have pulverized. Have I baked through all of my gold? No, I was bright enough to save some. Electrum. Electrum is a mixture of, let's make a bit more actually, gold and silver dusts. If we combine gold and silver dust just together, we will get Electrum blend. This makes Electrum ingots, which we're going to need to use to make the reception coil. And what else was it? That was it. So, 1 Electrum ingot, dead centre, with 2 pieces of redstone gets us the conductance coil. Conductance coil at the bottom, leadstone frame, and 3 pieces of copper makes us leadstone energy cell. Now this one is empty, but these can store quite a good amount of energy. Now the question is, where am I going to put this? I believe, we're soon going to find out, that the dynamo can actually output straight into it. Can it? Can it if it is switched on? I'm getting really low on charcoal, so I shall soon be cooking some more of that up. Yep, it can put straight into it. These have a configuration as well. This side here that you've placed it down is the front. You'll see that these aren't getting power. There's 3 switches on it. It can be blue, yellow or red. Red is the output. We want to set the right hand side to be red. There is now power going into both of these, as you can see. So this stores another 400,000 RF, which is a lot more than any of these. So that will hold us for a little while. So is that currently still sending glass through? It is. But this is now a really cheap way to cook up all our excess woods into charcoal. And I don't really have a whole lot of excess woods, if I'm honest. So another thing that's going to be really useful to put on top of these are hoppers. Hoppers are actually a part of vanilla Minecraft, which always quite amazes me. And what they are a chest and a bit of iron. I think I shall probably make 2 if I have enough stuff. I do. Two chests in the centre. Iron to make a sort of Y shape around it, and we get 2 hoppers. A hopper is basically a small inventory which will offload into whatever's you put it onto. I shift clicked there by holding down shift and clicking on the top of the box. If you right click, there are 5 slots into which you can put things whenever space appears in the inventory below. So here, things will come down from the hopper into the furnace and then go out the side. So you can see this is made glass, concrete, which is cooked up gravel, and some charcoal, which is entirely what I wanted. So what next? Well, there's 2 problems with the steam dynamo. We need to load coal into it, and we also need to load water into it. Now we can solve one of those using something called an aqueous accumulator. That's here. It is, you've guessed it, a machine frame, a glass, tin, a bucket, and this, which is a pneumatic servo, which is just more iron, glass, and a bit of redstone. So I think we can do that rather easily if we check the tin gear. Tin gear is from the stone gear. So that's really quite easy too. So we're going to need a bit more of the old wood. Let's actually use a bit of this rather than cooking it off. So tin gears. Tin gears are made from sticks. And sticks, I did not really mean to make that many sticks. Oh well. 2 gears will use a lot of sticks eventually. So 2 wooden gears. Take wooden gears and surround with cobblestone and you get a pair of stone gears. Now we need some tin, which I don't think I've actually macerated off yet or pulverised off yet. I haven't. So let's load a bit of tin into here. Let me guess, we're out of power. And chuck it on the floor, pick it up, put this through, and wait for the tin to come out. We have a bucket, but we have lots of iron, so I'm going to make a spare bucket. Now, we also needed a machine frame. Do we have the stuff to make one in here? We don't, because we don't have glass. So, a machine frame. That's not what I meant to do at all. We also needed a servo. A servo is redstone, iron top and bottom, I think. And if you misclick, you can click the iron in anywhere. A servo. And we just need that little bit of tin to come through, so I shall just be back in a few seconds with the tin. Okay, now we have some tin. Stone gear in the middle, surround that with bits o' tin. And I need to get rid of some of these sticks. You get a pair of tin gears. Tin gears. That's very laggy. A bit of glass. Servo motor in the bottom. A machine frame. And one of your buckets gets you the aqueous accumulator. Now, in Minecraft, you are very familiar with the idea of an infinite water source. You just place water either side of something. This is how... Oh, I've fallen through into the Great Abyss. I should have remembered that that was down there. You can see I didn't actually fill the entire thing up. But I'm going to have to slightly do now because I need to place some water sources. There we go. So if you have two blocks, or a block surrounded by two water source blocks, the middle block becomes an infinite water source. That's basically how the infinite aqueous accumulator works. That corner block in there is now an infinite water block. If I can get underneath it and place that into it, you can see it starts filling up. Oops. And get down to the aqueous accumulator without clicking on the dynamo. The aqueous accumulator starts filling up with water. It has a red output slot, which is by default on the top, which is why I placed it underneath the dynamo. The dynamo now fills up with water, so we never have to worry about getting water into the dynamo ever again. That's now full of water. It has charcoal in it, which is producing power, which is trying to power these through to make more tin. So we've now got lots of tin. We've got quite a few ores coming out, enough to start thinking about a bit of automation. Eventually we will be pumping things through this fully automatically. But for now, I think that is it. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.